As we journey further north through Angola, our third stop brings us to the enchanting Binga Falls. Standing at 28 meters tall along the Keve River, this powerful waterfall cascades gracefully, offering a refreshing escape from the African heat. With a charming cafe overlooking the falls and inviting pools for a quick dip, we soak in the serene beauty before continuing our adventure. And here's how it went. Good morning, guys. We have just completed another night of bush camping here in the middle of the beautiful Angolan countryside. We have this row of mountains off in the distance here. The sun is rising above them, and today is going to be another long driving day. We're going to continue our way up the coast of Angola up to Sumbe, and then from Sumbe we'll turn inland and we'll be heading to Binga Falls, which will be our next main stop. So that might be later this afternoon by the time we get to Binga Falls. But yeah, it's gonna be another big long drive day. Again, Angola is a massive country, so we're doing a lot of long drive days. The roads are kind of bumpy, lots of potholes, so it takes a while in the truck here. But yeah, but as we're driving, it's just been beautiful driving through all these villages and the countryside. So yeah, let's jump in the truck for another couple hours of driving, and yeah, I'll show you if we stop anywhere along the way, but then eventually we'll be heading to Binga Falls. Just spent the first 2.5 hours this morning driving through the Angolan countryside, and it really felt like we were in a jungle. It's just a completely different landscape than we first saw there, through this like thick, lush jungle with these tall palm trees and banana leaves, and then these rocks in the distance. And we've come back down to the coast, and we're just driving through the little city of Sumbe here, which I think is just going to be a drive-through town. So I'm riding on the top of the truck here and just seeing the town of Sumbe, and there were like some of these hills with these homes built up onto the hills here. And so yeah, we're going to drive through Sumbe and then eventually head back inland and head towards the Binga Falls. First view of the Binga Falls here, but the road has been crazy bumpy here, really muddy too, going right along the water. We have had about an hour drive from Sumbe, and that last like 15-20 minutes or so we were driving right by this very swampy river with these beautiful palm trees. Feels like something out of Jurassic Park. We got that first view of the Binga Falls, and we've just parked up here, and now we're gonna walk down and check out the waterfalls there, and I guess we can probably go swimming, which will feel really nice to wash up after bush camping the last 3 or 4 days. So yeah, let's walk down and get a view of the falls. We have just walked down the hill here heading towards the waterfall, and we have a 500 Kwanzaa entrance fee, which is about 50 cents. And then right at the entrance, there's this huge ostrich that's just like waiting here as we walk down to the waterfall. We have just walked a little ways down from the entrance there, and there's this little restaurant cafe, which is pretty cool, with these nice views overlooking the river here. And then from the cafe, you get this amazing view. You can see 2 of the cascades, and it's kind of split by this little island. And then again, along here, you have a couple of these like benches and picnic places. And I think there's a little beach past the restaurant where the water is a little bit calmer, where you can go for a swim and cool down here. But yeah, very beautiful little spot here. Really looking forward to flying up the drone and getting aerial perspective of the Binga Falls here. It'll probably look really cool from the air. So yeah, gonna relax here for about 2 hours. I have just flown my drone and got some amazing aerial shots of the Binga Falls, and there's so much of the waterfall and cascade that you can't even see from down here, but with the drone I was able to get this amazing aerial perspective, see a couple of the bridges up there that are just on top of the waterfall, and you can see all of the different streams and flows of the Binga Falls, and then even flying down the river this way and seeing all of the palm trees that are just growing out of this swampy, marshy river that just comes from the Binga Falls was really, really cool. And then we've come down to the little beach area here. I just walked into about my knees, and I was able to just like wash off a little bit, which was super nice after 3 or 4 days of camping in the bush. And then there's a nice little cafe up there where we're gonna hang out and just have a few drinks and maybe some lunch before hitting the road again and continuing north.